So hey there guys, I've just watched episode 22 of Steins. The reaction is in the description, links are there, go watch it and go back here if you want to listen to the discussion. And the discussion starts right now. And Being Meltdown, the name of the episode. And I must say, this episode tried so hard to be super sad. And it was actually sad, yeah, but I still was watching it with like understanding that this is not the last episode. This is episode 22 out of 24, and we know that this is not the end. We know that the time machine was there and Ocarine and yada yada. So it didn't look to me like this is the end. But still, goddamn creators worked really hard with this. But still, the emotions were true. Were true. Both Kuriso and Ocarine, they went through very sad emotions and the realization. I mean, we're watching it, but they're kind of living in there. This is not going to be a long discussion as well. So excuse me in advance. We start with Kurisu lying on the building where the machine landed, not in a best way possible. Then the rain starts, and Kurisu, yeah, definitely feels not good. Oh, and there's a good frame, by the way, of her. One sec, because it was too dark, I kind of missed it. But yeah, you can clearly see. Oh yeah, this is blue. Looks great. So what was I speaking? Oh yeah, the set stuff. So they got wet under the rain, and Ocarina for some reason started like, oh, yeah, saying something about her body, but man, she has everything, and she threatens him like with making him his neocortex into a flower pot. That's yeah, that's a mad scientist for you, the real one. And then she fixes the his lab coat because it was a bit torn with pink threads, of course. And what's also interesting, so she always have that kit, sewing kit with her. That's a dangerous woman, because like it can, those needles are pretty deadly if you know how to use them. But then again, a pretty handy woman. Like she said something about like family-oriented girl. So I never expected it, but yeah. So he tells her he was trying to find her in the hotel everywhere. I mean, are they both in a like deep state of depression because of the whole situation? For him, he literally loses a girl he loves. For her, she just she's not certain what's gonna happen because we know what's happening with Ocarine when the line shifts. What's happening with the people? We don't exactly know that. There are some thoughts and ideas, but as she said as well, maybe like you're gonna disappear, but I'm gonna keep living here. And as I see the concept of world lines, it works kind of like this. So you're living in this world line. He's saying, "I cannot save you. I'm gonna jump to the other world line." They did all they needed to jump, and the line kind of like splits. So in one world line, he went to the other world line, and now Kuriso is dead, but Mayushi is alive. But in this world line, it didn't work, and they still live. Mayushi dies, and they live. They still live. So I don't see it as like one word line changing the other word line. No, it's kind of they all exist at the same time. At least this how I see it. But this anime kind of tried to point it to make it look like no, there's only one, and people's memories and yada yada. But I feel like people's memories are somewhere, in a cloud in a way. So you know the real you who lives in this or this or this place. The real you is there, but some of the vague memories are there, and they're kind of connected to um, all of yours existing versions. It's just you have no access to those memories until you have something to provoke those memories. That's why Kurisu remembered everything as well. We got confirmation. She remembered her being dead, and she remembered Ocarine running around and trying to save Mayushi. So everyone, literally everyone who was asked about it, confirmed that they have memories of other world. Some see them as dreams, and it's not like she said like it was too real. So she kind of like felt pain. God damn it! Just imagine poor Mayushi. It's like a woman of steel. She was killed so many times. So like don't afraid of death now. Yeah, and here's the frame of Kurisu in the blood. The pain and despair were too real for a dream, so they kinda see it as dreams. I mean, most of my dreams don't look like something from the other world line. To be honest, it looks something from actual a dream because it's like super unreal what's happening there. So she remembers everything, and and here's the pink hair, purple-haired Kurisu again. We saw her in the ending, and I was like, looks like Kurisu, but the hair color is different. Why is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I suppose it's just to lighten stuff, or I just don't get the meaning of it. But here we see her again crying, and Kurisu gets to the realization. I mean, stuff like we we always knew that Ocarina is very close to Mayushi. They're like best friends. So this is not something new that Kurisu says, "Oh, you value her so much." Yeah, of course. But it looks like it's not like Kurisu tries to tell him to go away. It's kind of like she kind of says that to herself, like, "Let the man go, let the man go." It feels like this, but as well trying to kind of push him away. And this, I mean, yeah, this is something a person who loves you would do. He sacrifices himself for you, for your well-being. But he as well says, I refuse to accept this. He tries to run away and jump away. And I mean, if I was him, I jumped away I mean, at least few times. Because, I mean, they were kissing there. You don't want to do that again? XF5, XF4, man, the keyboard is pretty. Undo. Wow, they have such weird. They have such weird things there on the keyboard, right? They have bullshit. They have like roll down, roll up, home, undo. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a correct representation of a Japanese keyboard, but I suppose no, because I mean, I'd like to roll down and undo some bullshit. Oh, that's the wrong button. Uh, but there's a yen thing as well. But what? Shut up! Oh, and so he runs away. She runs away, tries to jump again, and she stops him and like, no, don't do that, because you're gonna be running and running and running. But I mean, the man was doing that. It's just how many times, how much time has passed for him? There was no specific number of him like trying to save Mayushi 20 times. Or maybe there was like thousands of times. Who knows, right? And it actually influenced him. And it's not like she said it's gonna influence you. No, it is already influenced him. Because, yeah, of course, he went through so much shit. He saw people being shot. He saw you being shot. He saw Mr. Brown being shot, Moeke being shot, Mayushi being shot. He saw everyone being shot, probably. Maybe he even shoot himself at some point. We just don't know. It's like out of the reach of the story. But technically, it could have happened. There was no denial about it. So yeah, the thing is actually broke him. Has actually broke him, and this is not a surprise. Chris says like, "Oh no, it's gonna do bad," but no, it already did, and she slaps him on the face. Man, girl, you have to like make him comfortable, not to slap him on the face. He got quite a lot of slaps from the Destiny and Fate. But I kind of get the idea, the symbolism, so she kind of, yeah. Wake up, man, wake up. You cannot jump away from that for all your life. And many times I watched her die. And yeah, as he said, he kind of felt, he kind of lost this understanding of death, right? Because we know death. Death is like done. There's no going back. It's a terrible thing, and we're trying not to think about it. But from time to time, it's still showing itself. But for him, it's like, oh, she died. Well, okay, what was the time? All right, got it, and jumps away. But now he actually faces the fact that he is going to the war line where the Kurisu's already dead for 2 weeks now, more than 2 weeks now. It's 17th or something. Poor Kurisu cries for the man, and he explains it to her, and she cries even more. You and I. And he thanks her, because she was always with him. Yeah, she was like the savior. Kurisu, bro, was always here. And he remembers all the time together and hugs her. She was already a genius. He appreciates her. Finally, without a stupid mask of Hoinkoma, he literally appreciates the girl for what she is. For her being smart, for her being beautiful, for her being a good friend, for everything. Finally. Finally. And he says, I can save you, man. You can, man. I believe in you. I believe in you. Don't know how, but you have to. And then they start speaking. Kuris starts thinking that maybe you trade places with another Okabe, but then again, I already kind of spoke about that in the beginning of the discussion. That I'm not sure how this concept of war lines works, because they try to intend one way, she speaks on another way, I see it on kind of the same way, maybe not the same, a bit different on a third way. So, and she says like, if you're gonna go away, I'm still gonna be living here on this war line. Man, girls, this doesn't make it better. Because literally in a war line concept, there's no dying at all. You know, there's like so many possibilities that, and some of the war lines, there's gonna be created a cure for people living for like dozens of thousands of years. Because this is a concept of world lines and gonna go to crazy, crazy places. So technically, if you think about this, like everyone is alive, everyone, like your grandmother is alive, and stuff. But she's kind of proposes like, oh, you know, I'm gonna be living somewhere, but you're not gonna be thinking about me. It's different. You have to not like think about, well, she should be living somewhere. No, you have to be together, people. It's like, you know, if someone dies, he kind of lives in your memories, but that is not living. It's different. It's basically the same concept that was like in anyways, like spoilers. Uh, so I kind of disagree with Kuriso. She tried to calm him and like change his direction to save Mayushi, don't care, but like screw me. So I kinda understand why was she doing it, but no. You need a great love for someone. You need to be in a world line that you are both alive. And yeah, she said about the Einstein's like the observers. What was the words? It could be everywhere. Because I was saying about that at some moment about that everything is dependent on. Man, can we go to that place, please, Kuriso? Where is that moment? Shit, where was that moment? I'm not dead. Where's the moment, girl? Stupid shit. I mean, it all depends on like who you're watching it from. From his point of view, it's one thing. From her point of view, it's another thing. From our point of view, it's like a third thing. But what is real? There is no real. There's no one real. There is a reality for each one of us. That was kind of the idea. And the time, the speed of time passing by is also not something like that is always constant. I mean, it physically it is constant, but by your perception it changes a lot because you're like, whoa, that was so long, and whoa, that was so fast. That is your perception. It actually changes. It's kind of like already. Um, what's the word? Wednesday. The super easy and stupid word. I know it, but I don't know. I don't know it. Proven. It was already proven that for person times time's passing at a different speed, depending on many factors. Because there's actually a scientific explanation to like your like thoughts that, oh man, time goes by really fast now. That's because when you're young, when you're just born, everything is new for your brain. Like, oh, that's a mouse. Oh, that's some shit, and all new information going on. You're going on the street, something new, like visiting new countries, finding new people, getting new knowledge in school and university, and then at some point there is a moment where, like, okay, I kind of saw almost everything now. I know that there's a mouse, there's this shit, and there's outside, and like trees and birds. I know it. And your brain filters it away. I mean, you don't think, oh, there's a mouse, you just use it. But for someone who just saw it for the first time, she's like, ooh, wow. And this what causes that you feel like this year passed and nothing happened. While actually quite a lot of stuff happened, but it was something that was kind of already in the past in one way or another. You went like here and there, like met some people, but you already know that. It's not new for you. So that's why it feels the longer you live, the faster the time is going when you look back at it. Because at least for me personally, if you're gonna sit here and gonna look at time, at clock, it's gonna be very slow. It's gonna be very slow. But if you're gonna be distracted, there's gonna be what already. So this is, man. Why am I here again with this time thing discussion? So, anyways, people kiss each other. They kiss quite a few times. I mean, he's like, "I love you." What do you feel about it? And he's like, kisses the man. Now that's a woman. Now that's a woman. Not every man deserves such woman. But our man, a lucky son of a bitch, and they're kissing. And a beautiful scene. And I mean, this would have been so sad if it was actually the last episode. Literally. Maybe they should have hidden the amount of episodes. I know. How can you do that? But yeah, just this here is super sad. But it would work only when you know that this is the end. But no, it's not the end. And instead of being sad, it's just beautiful. People are kissing, and these nice girls and boys are kissing. Like, oh, here's the Einstein thing. Where was it? Time is passing so quickly right now. I feel like I mean, it was just a different thing. And he mentions that he had another kiss. Yeah, that was a kiss. And she kind of lives away. Okay, I'm gonna go. He upgraded the flying thing with the camera to the version 2.767. I don't know. I suppose the upgrade means that there's a new version to it. Nothing else changed. And maybe the dust has been cleaned. Akihabara station. So she kind of goes away for him to like make this push of a button a bit more simple thing to do. She even drops Dr. Pepper bottle. Oh, man, that was a nice throw, by the way, just for him to turn away. And her saying something. I don't know what she said. I love you, or maybe I don't know, maybe goodbye, but there was no transcription of it. Someday you kiss someone. Man, they were trying so hard to make this very, very, very depressing. God damn you, Steins Gate. Kishimaru. I mean, I want to go to Akihabara. I mean, they're showing this episode has like two people in it. Kurisu and Okarin. There was not a single soul here. I understand this is for dramatization, like for artistic purposes, but I mean, I kind of wish the streets there would be like at least, I mean, not entirely without people, but with much fewer people than there's actually. There are people are there like can't even speak, and the birds are flying. And yet Daru finds the message. The man gives the speech, and he gives his normal speech of mad scientists, but there's also another man inside him, Okabe Taro, who's also like trying to speak his own speech, and they're like combining it. There was literally a real thing now with some mad scientist touch to it, but actually, yeah, like people suffered. We've overcome all conspiracies. Our comrades gave their everything, you know. We had like sacrificed Kuriso. You can feel the pain in the man. And they see Mayushi and Taro. They all like what? They actually see that this is not a fake speech. This is a real speech now. Mayushi's kinda like scared a bit. This is all the choice of Steins Gate. What the fuck is Steins Gate though? But anyways, it's not written with the symbol between Steins and Gate, by the way. Poor man almost cries at the moment, and presses enter. And Kuriso runs in. I love you, says the girl. And like the war line changes. Great, Kuriso, great. What a way to fuck everything up. I mean, I get it, but should have. Why would you do that now? The man's now in more pain than he was before, cause he kinda already okay. It's painful. I'm dealing with it, but now no, she runs and like I love you, and it disappears. Awesome. It's like a great cliffhanger for the whole life for the man. So they jump to 1.130205. Was this the real one? The same? I don't know. And there's something written here. What's that? Can I have a translator again? Cause I'm interested. One sec. Where's the camera? Can we? Oh, whoa! This works. Change to another language though, because I don't want to translate it 3 times. By Nakasho, time machine invention. A new time machine theory that surpasses modern physics. At the detail that the sea becomes clear. The theory becomes clearer. Man, stop. A teenage physicist. One sec. You will be a scholar on this day, and a new era is about to begin. By Dr. Nakasu. I suppose this is the Dr. Nakabachi thing. How to eat to the world. Damn it. I mean, it kind of tries to translate everything, but it kind of changes the text, and So he looks at Nakabachi thing. They attended it in this war line successfully. And poor girl was killed there. She also was there. And poor Okarin again gives a very, very sad speech. And Mayushi says, by the way, declaration of victory, Mayushi's okay now or something, she said. So you can cry for yourself. What? Mayushi is okay. So you can cry for yourself, Okarin. So she knows? She also has the memories or what? Because I remembered in this episode, there was a moment they showed Mayushi 70 million years ago when she was like, Mayushi was searching you for all the war lines and yada yada yada. Now we're gonna die here. I'm not sure. Maybe Mayushi is like this kind of like hidden super being as well. 'Cause Mayushi's okay now. So she knows that she wasn't okay before, or what? So you can cry for yourself, Okarin. She knows that he suffers, and she knows that she was not okay. I wonder. I wonder. Poor man, though. But then again, we know it's not ended. We no longer need. And they gave the PC computer to to Mr. Brown. You crazy people! This is a Mr. Brown's car. They actually gave it to him. You're gonna have like World War III because of that, I suppose, and time machines everywhere. Because CERN's gonna get. I suppose he's still around there in this world line. Because why not? He got there when he was super young, and life was really, really bad, and that's why he went to Rounder Group. And Moeka was also involved in this in the year 2006 by Mr. Brown himself. So I don't think that he's now a saint person. No, I suppose he's just the same Rounder guy who's just waiting for orders. And the Korean just gave him the computer. Maybe this was a stupid decision. I'm not sure. Maybe they're gonna go back and undo that. And yeah, in the end, Suzuki arrives. It's an interesting detail. She knows that Daru is her father. And by the way, another interesting detail was in episode 20 when Mr. Brown and Moeka and everyone were on the construction site. And Ocarina mentioned Hashida Suzu. And Mr. Brown said something, don't you dare saying about Suzu-san. He didn't say Hashida Suzu-san because in this world line, Suzuha was not Hashida Suzu. She, in that world line, I mean, she had no idea. She never met her father, so she didn't take the name Hashida. She was someone else, Suzu, something else. And now she knows that she is his daughter in this war line. And so she's here, please come to the roof of Radio Kaikan immediately. I mean, we're already at the same world line that was in the very beginning. So she was standing there the whole time, or she landed again? Because it's quite a lot of time passed. And you have to go, like, you have to believe me, you have to stop World War III. I mean, I mean, okay, says Karin. What can we do now? Because I suppose World War III will kill Mayushi. And they're definitely gonna go to that day. How will they fix everything now? We have 2 episodes to deal with World War III situation. But I suppose we're gonna see in the next episode. Ugh, I'm curious. And I'm super happy that Suzuha is back again, my girl. I want to see her legs again. Uh, Anyways, stop with the foot fetish. I mean, I had no foot fetish before I saw Suzuka's legs. They are great. Like, wow. Thank you, people, for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.